You know how sometimes when you make a mistake and then you don't realize it until a very long time afterwards? Well, that's how this video is going to go. I had no idea that you were going to have these kittens in this box. I had mementos and everything else in it. But I'm putting this at the beginning of the video because who doesn't like little kittens? There's 4 of them and they're so happy. Yay. So I made a video where I walked all the way down through my woods and I was talking about what I was experiencing, and I just wanted to know if others were experiencing it too. And then I realized that it was recording the microphone through my watch. So we're starting all over. So I was watching a video today about the Mandela effect, and this isn't about that. This is about, I thought about something while watching the video on the Mandela effect, and I want to know if anybody else has experienced this thing. In my life, I've had 2 instances, multiple times during those times, but 2 instances where I experienced a panic attack or multiple panic attacks for quite some time. And while I was experiencing those, at least what I believe is a panic attack, I've talked to other people and they said, yep, that was a panic attack, but I don't know. It's only happened, a couple times. Once about 15 years ago, I had a couple days where it just kept happening over and over again. And then a couple weeks ago, up to a couple months ago, I don't know, it started in the middle of the night and I was having some, again, what I believe panic attacks. So it would start off where, you know how, like right before a deja vu, for anybody who's ever had that, like it's kind of a dreamy, sleepy feeling, and you just kind of almost feel like you're in a whole nother parallel dimension. Well, that's kind of where I was at with this. And I woke up, this time, the one that happened a couple weeks ago, I woke up in the middle of the night with that feeling. And for me, it always starts with a remembrance of like a dream or something. And it is something that definitely is like, I won't try to make this too much of a spiritual, but even people who have experienced deja vu say it really is like a spiritual sort of thing for them. But for me, these panic attacks, I always remember like a dream or something, and then the feeling of I've just got to fight this. I've got to fight it with every ounce of my being. And this time, when I was fighting it, I remembered that I need to go ahead and pray and get the Bible out. But last time I had it 15 years ago, I didn't. And again, I'm not trying to make this too much of a spiritual video, but I just want to know if people have experienced what I have experienced. And the thing is not about the panic attacks. I don't really care about that part of it because I think people have had them. I've had multiple people say, yeah, that's a panic attack. But what I'm talking about is the idea of, has your life gotten horribly, exponentially, just absolutely worse after having panic attacks? Or am I the only one? Again, I'm not saying like in general, I'm saying like specifically, you have a panic attack and then afterwards your life has just went to hell in a handbasket. For me, both times, 15 years ago, and this time, a few weeks, a couple months, whenever it was, my life has gotten just absolutely horrible both times. This time, it has affected my life, my family. Last time, it mostly affected me. I mean, my poor decisions affected my family as well, and I'll get into that maybe in another video. But I'm still experiencing the after effects of what I did 15 years ago, and I will for a lifetime. But this time, it went downhill very quickly. And so, again, I'm just wondering if anybody else has gone through this. I can't be the only one. And what made me think about this was, again, during that Mandela video, and the idea of maybe I'm not the only one. Just like, again, if you're affected with Mandela type things, if you've never heard of it, then just go Google it. You might think people are crazy, but either way, people are having these experiences and it's affecting their lives, and other people are having it. And so it just got me to thinking, man, because of these panic attacks and how bad it's affected my life seemingly right afterwards, am I the only one? Has this happened to other people? I can't be the only one, can I? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm just making this up. Maybe it's just like the Mandela thing, and for some people, they just don't understand why thousands and thousands of people could have that when others don't. But I'm having a hard time figuring out if my life was affected because of this. And so that's why I came here. I don't know. Everybody's a content creator nowadays. I don't have that many subscribers, but I'm just wondering if this video does blow up, which I hope it would, simply based on the fact that I want to know if I'm the only guy that this has ever happened to. Once you've had panic attacks, or what I believe is a panic attack, did your life just go horribly, horribly bad? Again, I only have 2 times, meaning 15 years ago it happened for a few days, and then during that time I lost full days, meaning I would go into a panic attack. My ex-wife said at one point she found me in the shower just crying. One time I drove to work. I don't remember how I got to work. Kind of scary, kind of dangerous, but I wasn't doing it on purpose. And this time I didn't lose full days, but I also attacked it differently. But at the end of it, the same outcome happened, where my life was affected really horribly bad afterwards. So what do you guys think? Has this happened to you? Am I the only one? If it's happened to you, can you explain in the comments like what happened the best you can? Text to speech is great, but it doesn't get everything. But then you don't have to type a whole bunch unless you like typing. But I just want to know. I want to know if I'm the only one that's experienced this. I want to know if I'm the only one who's gone down this path before. And by path, I mean, yeah, you see what I did? There's a path right here. Meaning, has anybody ever thought about this? Am I the only person that's ever thought about it? Has this happened to you, but this is the first time you've ever thought about this? Has this been something that has plagued you and you thought you were alone? Because let's be honest, as men, we often feel like we're alone. No, we don't need help. We're fine. We got this. We can do it on our own. I mean, from little kids, what were we told? Suck it up, right? Wipe some dirt on it. Walk it off. And so we carry that into adulthood and think we're left alone, but we're not. I think that's why more men kill themselves than women. Plus, I feel like we are a little bit more disposable in society. I argued with my wife this point recently. She doesn't see it the same way I am, but I feel like this one point that kind of proves my point on this is that the draft only applies to men. Why is that? Because we're disposable. We can be cannon fodder. So, yeah, I just want to know. And for the women, same thing. This isn't just a for men type of video. Have you experienced this? Is this something that you have gone through? Again, I know for most of us that have experienced it, maybe we've never thought about it. I didn't think about this until about an hour ago. But now that I'm thinking about it, I can't stop thinking about it. Is my life changing exponentially because of this? Is it spiritual? Is it a demonic thing? I don't know. I don't have the answers. I'm just curious. I really don't have the answers yet. Maybe I'll do another video if this one even has 10 views. Maybe I'll do another video and we can talk more about it. Somebody else talk about it. I don't know. I would love some answers. I would love to know exactly if I'm the only one. Because if I am, well then I guess I gotta move on in life, right? But if I'm not the only one, then now I want to know truly what's going on. So like I said at the beginning of this video, I made a mistake because I recorded a whole long video. I hope I remembered everything I said in the first one, and then I realized that it was going through my watch, the microphone part, and it sounded horrible. But either way, it's not going to sound great because it's still just going through my phone. Everybody wants to be a content creator. I don't like editing videos. I can't be the only one that thinks that. But again, please, if you watch this video, let me know what you think. If you made it to the end of the video, then I guess, well, good for you. I don't know. I'm not a content creator. I'm gonna put some cats at the beginning of this video. Some kittens. Because everybody likes kittens. Maybe that'll make more people want to watch it. Again, I appreciate anybody who's watched this video. And if you made it this far, I'm not going to say the same thing that everybody else says. You know what to do. I feel like that's a ritual to say, you know, what every other video does, the content creators do. I believe that there are words and things that we say that we have no idea the power that we have. And we have no idea that sometimes we just say spells and we repeat them and we don't even know what that means and why we say them. We just say them because we've heard other people say them. So I'm not going to say that. I never will, ever. Even if I blew up and became a content creator and paid off my mortgage because of this, I'm never going to say what everybody else always says at the end of their videos. I'm not going to have the fancy lights and the fancy splash and whatever screens. I'm just gonna be me, just talking. I mean, maybe if this ever does blow up for me, I might have a lot better editing, because I hate editing. I'll pay somebody to do that, or my wife can do it. But either way, I won't do the other parts. You know, sometimes you just walk by your pig and he's just sitting down. Oh, now he gets up. What do you think, big guy? Do you have panic attacks? Yeah, I know. I do too. Only a couple times. Have you had panic attacks? Huh? Lawrence, I would love to know. Llama, who's a goat, not a llama. Have you had panic attacks?